This is the Asoko 16-inch LED plug-in under cabinet light. Let's take it out of the box. In the box you get some installation instructions. You get the light itself, we'll talk more about that in a moment. A couple of cable clips, they have adhesive on the back. These are metal mounts, also with their own adhesive on the back. I'll talk more about that in a second. These are silicone pads with adhesive on each side and a little thing you peel off, like that. The light, like I said, and a plug-in USB jobby like this that'll run it. Now, you don't have to use this particular one to run this because it is a standard USB port, so it can plug into any USB port that you have. The light itself is right here, and it has 3 different color temperatures. You can do 3000K, which is a warm white, 4000K, which is a neutral white, or 6000K, which is a cool white. It has 120 total LEDs in it, between the warm and the cool white ones. It's also got 10 different brightness levels. Of course, I'm going to be showing you all of this as well. It has a memory function, which I'll also be showing you. And it can put out at the highest brightness 500 lumens. Now, like I said, this is magnetic mount, so if you see, it is magnetic like that. If you want to mount it to a piece of wood, for example, then you can use these, which slip under it. There we go. And that way it'll stick to the light where the magnet is. The magnet's not over there, which is why it didn't stick. But it'll stick there, so you can mount these up first. And they also have a hole in them, so you can put a screw through that if you wanted to. But like I said, it does have the adhesive right on the back. So let me go ahead and plug this in, show you how it works first, and then I'll give you a real-world example of it in use. So we'll start with the little control box over here. You have your power on off, your minus and plus. We'll raise and lower the brightness of it, and this little circular icon button will change between the 3 different color temperatures. Very simple to operate, nothing to it. So we're just going to plug that together like that. I'll plug it in, and we'll go ahead and turn this on. And right now it is in the warm white mode. So I'll go through the different color temperatures. That's your cool white, and that's your neutral white. So you have both the warm and the cool on together like that. So you're warm, you're cool, or both together. We can also lower that brightness. Like I said, there are 10 different brightness levels, and it'll go pretty dim, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. We'll raise that up to here, I suppose. And you can turn it off and turn it back on, and it comes right back at the same brightness level and the same mode or color temperature that it was in. But you might say, well, I want to put this in my kitchen under the cabinet, and I have a wall outlet that is controlled by a switch. Will that work? The answer is yes, it will. I've just unplugged it. Here's the control box. And when I plug it back in, there is a short delay, but it will come back on at the same brightness and same mode that it was in. So very simple. Let me go put this in a place where you can see what it would look like in use. First thing I want to show you right here is that even in the dark, this has a little light in it so you can find it easily. So I have this in my bar here. I'm just going to hold it up just to demonstrate. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this on right here. And look, just like that, this is the cool white at the lowest brightness. Let's go ahead and raise that up. That's half brightness. And I can go all the way up to the top, just like that. So it can get nice and bright, or nice and dim for some ambiance. We can change the mode This is the neutral white with both the warm and cool. That's half brightness and full brightness. And now let's go all the way back down into the warm like that. And that looks classy. Let me shut it off just so you can see. Big difference. And that's at the lowest brightness. Even 3 up, it looks great. But you can go all the way if you need. And let's go ahead and change that over to the cool and dim that down a bit. Remember, it has the memory function, so if you shut it off and turn it back on, it comes right back in the same mode at the same brightness level it was at. So a very versatile under cabinet light. You can use this in a multitude of different places. Don't forget, this also does not have to just be underneath a shelf. You can have it as uplighting. If you wanted to put, this behind some bottles, if you had a bar, it could produce light going upwards just by sitting there. Or maybe you have it, maybe you have a computer desk that has sort of like a hutch where it's that top part that you have, and you want a light there. You can mount that to the bottom side of the top part of it, and it can produce light downwards to your keyboard so you can see what you're doing. It's real easy to mount because it's magnetic, so if you are putting it on a ferrous surface, it'll just stick. If not, they give you the metal clips here. You can even put a screw through it for extra security if you want, but it does have double stick tape on the back, a couple of cable clips, everything you need. Warm white, cool white, neutral white, 10 different brightness levels, goes really nice and bright and can really add some ambiance. All around, an excellent under cabinet light from Asoko.